Fala pessoal, beleza? Aqui na voz trazendo mais um vídeo pro canal. Hoje estamos aqui com a terceira e quase penúltima parte do dever. Vamos começar aqui, voltar da onde a gente parou. Nem me lembro exatamente. Ah sim, eu tava indo lá na casa do cara.
Has it been long since you've seen your husband?
Not long, just a few years.
Bora lá.
We know you're in there.
Game options menu. Quit game and
No sense hiding.
And he's an older gentleman. About your age?
Oh, he's seen his share of winters, yes. I'd know if he's dead, if that's what you're getting at.
If only I was so lucky.
Akram, get down here. We have guests.
You lost the key again? Typical. Well, coming down.
Vamos lá. Entrei na casa do cara.
Pleasure. Come, sit. I'll put something on. I can't promise you it will taste any good. I lost my sense of taste years ago, drinking something this old witch made for me. How long are you staying this time?
As long as our guests need.
Just the night. We'll be heading for the pass in the morning.
You won't be heading for the pass before spring.
Aqui a gente vai ter que escolher se a gente vai querer ir agora ou ir pela noite, pessoal. Eu vou escolher agora porque se for à noite vai demorar mais a gameplay e eu quero concluir a campanha do jogo o mais rápido possível.
Akram considers himself a seer as well. He's more interested in the past, the history of the craft, he calls it.
So, they're in on the game. They know about the Fae?
If you were any kind of seer, you'd know this before we walked in the door.
What brought them around to believing you?
Netherwolf.
E aí, aquele diálogo mais clássico?
How many?
10 or more. Must have been
Aquela
a pact
música
that was
meio
exposed to a rift.
They're up to something, the Fae. Stories have been around town in the past few weeks. Do you think they're surfacing in aid of the Horde?
Picking sides? You know that's not their way. I'm still working out their plan.
Well, after you're watered up, you should head into the village. Ask around.
We just need to get back to the capital as soon as possible.
Is there any way to get through the pass now?
We can get you through once the weather breaks. But you may not have a home to go back to if we don't heed the warnings that are presenting themselves. You need to help us
Entendi.
first.
Ok.
I'm going to visit the farmsteads to inquire.
Ah, não,
about
não é
the
aqui que a gente vai
movement of the
escolher.
horde. You two should ask around town about
Eu me
any
enganei.
unusual happenings in the area. Folk up here always have stories.
Bem, estamos em outra
I'll travel with you if
cidade.
you come across anything particularly hair-raising.
What about your husband?
Akram will be at the library in the monastery. If you're looking for a place to nap, you should stop by for a visit.
Tá bom.
What do you think?
Tá, a gente
I
precisa
think it's
fazer
a
algumas
distraction we
quests.
can't afford. Perhaps we can find a guide to take us through the pass.
You don't believe the realm is in danger?
There is
Pra
danger
passar.
everywhere. I plan to stay out of it.
What is the town like?
Looks like there is a proper smith here. The monastery is on the other side of the square.
I can hear the bells.
Ok, vamos no
And it looks
monastério
like there is
primeiro.
some sort of celebration going on next to it.
Aparentemente é o
Sounds like that's where most of the
lugar que
village
tá fazendo o
is.
som do sino. Bora lá. É só andar reto. Ó, dá pra ir no ritmo da música.
Here's the
Andando.
monastery. Should we look
Ok,
for
aqui é o monastério.
right trigger to enter.
Você quer olhar assim?
Ah,
Bora lá, que
I
deve
was
ter umas
surprised to
quests.
see you so soon.
Olha o Akram.
Figured you'd be up at the witch all winter.
Certainly is quiet.
The monks are all out for one last gathering before winter sets in.
Well, we're here. What can we do?
I've already found an interesting lead. Here's a record of an ancient temple on the mountainside above town. It's
É
in
aqui que eu acho que a
ruin
gente vai
now,
começar a
according to the
aprender
monks, but
a usar
by
magia,
all
não?
accounts, it did once
não
hold
tô
some
enganado, eu
manner
acho que é
of
aqui.
mystery.
Like what?
Comings and
Okay.
goings of odd travelers, accounts of strange noises, a secret chamber, the usual fun stuff.
You want to investigate?
Not really, but it's what the witch wants of us.
I think we should explore elsewhere first.
Very well. You know where to find me.
Bora ajudar ele aí então, né? Eu acabei, eu acho que recusando a quest sem querer, pera. Tem uma mulher ali do lado, que depois eu falo com ela. Bora lá?
Here's the monastery. Should we look for Akra?
Eu acabei recusando sem querer a quest dele.
We'll visit the mountain temple then.
Sounds intriguing. I
Bora
say we have a
ajudar.
look.
Boa, bora. Tarará. Tan, taranã. Dá aquela ajuda padrão pro cara.
Why would they build a temple out here?
They were made in a time when ancient people maintained contact with the Fae. They were constructed around the natural places where the veil that separates our world and the Fae is thinnest. These sites seem to dot the great valley that spans our realm.
What would people do with the Fae?
Well, there's little record. Some scholars believe our worlds affect one another, and we would manage the outcomes together. Perhaps we traded with them, exchanged knowledge. Who's to say it was any different at the intersection of cultures we have in this world?
Do you know what they're like?
No one knows anymore. We only see the rare cases when our world brushes up against theirs. The wolves, for instance.
Ok.
Ah, I see the temple. It's set in the cliff face.
Tá, parece que já E entrar no templo, é isso? Aparentemente sim.
Looks bigger from the inside.
Watch your step. I'm sure there's been little upkeep of the
Templo
place.
abandonado? Parece que tá abandonado.
Do you hear that ringing sound? What is it?
Eu tô ouvindo o som.
I don't hear
O que é
anything.
isso?
A musical tone?
Eu não tenho ideia.
Yes,
Where is it coming from?
the far side of the room. Don't you hear it?
No. My wife will hear these things from time to time. Drives me crazy. Can you hear that, Akram? What's that sound? What's wrong with your ears? The one thing she doesn't hear is me complaining about her lack of sight.
Do you know what makes the sound?
Something of the Fey realm. Likely an object that has passed between worlds.
Tá bom.
Can you lead us to it?
I think so.
Vamos encontrar o som. Ele tá reto. Ai.
Are you okay?
Yes, I
Que
think.
susto,
What
velho. Eu
happened?
tinha esquecido
Door
disso.
gave way. You're in a lower chamber. I don't see another way down.
Sound is
Ok,
louder.
a gente não pode
I think
ir
the
na
source is
direção
down
do
here.
som de vento.
I'm going to find it.
Be careful. We'll look for a way to get to you.
Temos que contornar. Som ventoso. Meu Deus, eu morri.
I need to
Eu tinha que ir na
move
direção, eu tinha que contornar. Agora. Morri de novo. Ok, a gente vai ter que ir na direção do som, então, pra
I
gente
need to move
testar.
carefully.
Essa teoria. O jogo tá de troll. Ô jogo, tu tá de troll, né? Não, tu tá me trollando.
I need to move carefully.
Beleza, a gente vai... Tá, tem que me mover devagar. Ok, ignorem isso. Oh meu Deus. Estou indo devagar. Como, velho? Como? Me expliquem isso. Eu tava indo devagar, tipo... Ah, pera, já sei.
I need to move carefully.
Tá, ok. Calma. Gira. Calma. Não! Pessoal, tá complicado. Eu tenho que contornar aqui. De algum jeito. Calma. É complicado. Bora.
I need to move carefully.
Calma. Ah, velho, ele cai. Beleza, vamos tentar outra abordagem. Bora tentar
I
pela...
need to move carefully.
Pô, hein, galera. Tá chegando perto, hein? Calma. Vira. Tô quase. Não! Oxi! Que foi? Que foi isso, cara? Caí de lá da casa do cacete, mano.
I need to move carefully.
Tá ok. Agora diretamente. Ah, eu acho que eu entendi, tá, pessoal? Calma. Quando o som de um lado estiver mais baixo, a gente vira pra ele.
I've reached it.
Ah, consegui.
Game options menu. Game control.
I've reached the source of the sound.
We found the passage down. Hold on.
Você precisa achar a passagem abaixo.
What is it?
A massive stone statue of a warrior bent down on one knee. It holds a small figurine of a snake. As an offering, it would appear.
I wouldn't touch it.
It calls to Alex. Go ahead, reach out.
Ai, caramba, tá, vamos lá. Peguei.
Alex,
Something just happened to me.
can you still
O
hear the
som
sound?
desapareceu.
No.
Very curious. I believe you've absorbed any power the figure may have contained.
Power.
By all indications, this snake artifact would have contained dark magic.
By dark, do you mean
De fato,
evil?
com o
Oh,
poder da
heavens,
magia.
no, lucky for you. It merely describes the direction of the flow of energy between our worlds. Dark magic takes
Okay.
from our world, gives to the Fey realm. You're likely now
grande
a
poder isso.
conduit for energy in that direction. Whereas my Maggie works exclusively in the other direction. It is from the Fey realm that she draws the fire.
Is it dangerous?
Hope not. Scholars talk of dark magic being used to drain one's enemies of life and gaining favor from the Fey.
What was that?
The statue.
Que isso?
Rises.
A guardian.
Guardião, eita,
The passage out is closed.
What's happening?
I believe it wants you to return the power you've taken from the figurine.
It can have it.
By the looks of its hammer, I think it means to crush it out of you.
The powers you've absorbed, I think
É, aparentemente a gente vai ter que lutar contra o Guardião. Bora.
I think only my overhead attack will hurt him.
Your shield won't fully protect you from its overhead swing.
Nossa, foi trollado.
You have to go on the offensive. Interrupt his heavy swing.
Ah, nossa!
Your shield won't fully protect you from its overhead swing.
Eu vi os caras. Morri bonito com um golpe só. Caraca.
A guardian.
Yes, his talk is coming, no doubt.
I need to block his side attacks and interrupt his overhead swing.
Certo. Beleza, beleza.
Your shield won't fully protect you from its overhead swing.
Nossa. Complicado, hein, galera. Lembrando que tá no hard aí, 3 golpes eu morro.
A guardian.
Yes,
Sim, um guardião.
his talk is coming, no doubt.
My
Vou
shield won't
matá-lo.
protect me completely. We must take initiative.
Olha, cenas alternativas, que legal.
Your shield won't fully protect you from its overhead swing.
Nossa!
You have to go on the offensive.
E os caras?
Interrupt his heavy swing.
Meu Deus! Morreu? Nossa, defendi na hora. What? Okay.
A guardian.
Yes. You saw this coming, no doubt.
I need to listen for where the side attacks are coming from.
Legal, ó. Vários diálogos alternativos. Nossa, velho.
Your shield won't fully protect you from its overhead swing. You have to go on the offensive.
Tá foda, hein, galera. Isso aqui no hard tá difícil, hein, mano.
A guardian.
Yes.
Vamos ver se tem outro diálogo alternativo.
I need to block his side attacks
Ah, não.
and interrupt his overhead swing.
Caraca!
Your shield won't fully protect you from its overhead swing.
Nossa! Nossa!
Interrupt his heavy swing.
Ah, finalmente, velho.
What, pray tell, was that?
A guardian. Ancient people built stone warriors that could be animated by the Fae, similar to the way wolves could
proteger
be
o
possessed.
tesouro, mano.
They were supposedly posted at important sites to ward off
Proteger o
unworthy
tesouro era alguma
visitors.
coisa.
We're unworthy then?
On the contrary, I believe you've just passed a very old rite of passage.
E aí a
The
passagem
way out
abre.
is open again.
We are free to leave this place now.
Vamos sair, bora, vai. Finalmente, velho. Caraca, que saco.
You now have the ability to build
Tá,
favor
você
with
habilitou-
successful strikes. Favor is energy that can be used in magic attacks.
Tá. Essa energia permite usar ataques mágicos. Ok.
I'll be resting at the monastery. Come find me when you're ready to subject me to more horrors.
The village is just
Bora.
waking up. Where do you want to go?
Aonde que você quer ir agora? Para aqui na taverna. Olha, dá pra ir no ritmo da música.
Looks like some monks are serving ale. They've certainly drawn a crowd.
You'd scarcely know there was an invading army around.
Join
Ah,
us.
pessoal da taverna.
Our fellow brothers and sisters from Bon Arthur are here with their ale. Come, drink.
Press right
Alright.
trigger to
Bora lá.
The crowd is full of monks.
Let's talk to the sober ones first.
push down on the left stick to
I'll tell you about some...
Ah, you heard about the mine at Kingolic.
What about it?
10 miners went
Ah, bora
down
nessa
the other
última quest
day.
primeiro.
None come back up.
Começar de
The
baixo pra
village
cima.
sent in a search party and they found nothing. No bodies, no cave-in, nothing. Into a large mine.
Caraca, meu.
10 men and women vanished into thin air.
Where is this mine?
Just up the mountain. I could show you the way, but I sure as hell ain't going in.
Maggie will want to hear about this.
You really want to be crawling around in a hole?
Bora pegar logo
Mine's
essa
places
quest
to
aqui.
discover things. Are they not?
O
I'm
chato
the
é que
one
tem
who
que
has
esperar
to
o
see
cara
the things
falar
you
pra
discover.
acertar a quest. Pra concluir essas três quests aqui, que provavelmente eu vou precisar de algum objeto dessas três aqui. Aí eu já volto lá no monasterio e a
How
gente
much
já conclui essa
further does
parte.
this shaft go, Shepherd?
The old man said the mine followed the vein straight into the mountain.
Pô, de novo naqueles
The end of
templos
the
lá
tunnel
louco?
can't be much farther.
I hear something.
Up ahead?
Yes.
I hear it too.
What is it?
A rift. A connection to the Fey world.
A
I have
conexão
not
com o
come
mundo
across one
da...
in decades.
das fadas,
We should
alguma
go
coisa assim?
to it. It may have
Não consegui entender
answers.
bem.
If it is a rift that swallowed the miners, it may explain why there was no trace of them.
What do you mean by
explicando ali sobre-
swallowed?
I suppose the rifts themselves
essas
do very
coisas.
little swallowing. It's what comes out of the rifts that we should concern ourselves with.
I'm not sure what you're hearing, but this is it. This is the end of the tunnel.
You're sure?
Feel it. It's solid.
Hello? I hear voices. In the
É você
walls.
tentar falar com
The
essas
miners.
pessoas não é algo
I
bom.
hear it too, Princess. But I
Olha,
doubt
tem os
it's the
mineradores.
miners. There's something else here, Shepherd. What do you see?
Dripstone columns.
Do they strike you as unusual in any way?
There's 3 of them together.
Ela tá ouvindo vozes.
It almost looks like someone molded them here.
Draw your weapon, Alex.
Só
I
te
want you
falar.
to strike each of the columns.
Tá. É um puzzle. Aparentemente a gente vai dar um golpe. A gente vai ouvir os sons respectivos nas direções. A gente tem que... Nós temos um da esquerda,
They
direita.
call to you. Go ahead. Answer
Tá.
them.
A gente tem que repetir os sons. Então, esquerda, direita, frente.
It's
Boa.
working.
Bora pro próximo. Direita, frente, esquerda.
Answer again. Well
Muito
done.
bom.
And again.
Mais uma vez. Frente, frente, direita, esquerda.
It's
Bom, acabou.
open. Well done.
Is this the Fey realm? In front of
Agora-
us?
No, just a chamber. formed by the rift inside. Go ahead, Alex. Lead us to the rift.
Vamos lá.
What do you see, Shepard?
My stupidity for following you here.
Andado.
Oh,
Temos que
something's moving.
andar até a voz.
Who's that?
Olha, os mineradores.
They're alive.
What happened to you?
We opened a way into this vault. We had a look around, and the passage in was gone.
Well, you need to get out before it closes again. Go.
No need to ask twice.
Wait. Did you see anything while you were here? Anything strange beyond the passage closing?
That's not enough for you.
There was one thing. The air never soured. Take a deep breath. Not the hint of a breeze, yet it's as clear as mountain air.
Go. Thank you. The Fae were keeping them alive. Why?
You come
Os
in.
caras meteram.
Shepard,
Agora eu vou
you
meter
can
o
see
pé.
them out.
I'm not leaving you down here.
Suit yourself. Alex, find the rift if you can.
E vamos encontrar. Tá aqui essa coisa, com certeza.
I'm at the rift.
We're going to close it.
Não, tá
Reach
cheio.
out with your shield hand.
Sempre
Go
centralizando
ahead,
aí.
reach out. What do you hear?
My name.
Anything else?
Caramba.
Silence. Complete silence.
Silêncio completo.
Something has my arm!
Shepard, pull her back.
I have you, Alex.
Draw your weapon, Alex.
Eita,
Something is
desgraça.
coming through the rift.
Shades.
Velho! Controlado. Pô, não dá. Pô, como que eu vou saber?
Can only hit them right after they move.
Porra! Ah, entendi. Tem que golpear antes. Beleza. Ai, cara. Nossa, tem que ser rápido, hein? Cacete. Esses caras dão dano dobrado, velho. Eu esqueço disso. Aqui nem dá pra dar charge attack.
Alex.
Something is
Bora.
coming through the rift.
Shades.
Shades. Boa. Tem que já atacar e bloquear.
Get back. Stay back.
Tem que bloquear na direção do cara.
Get back.
Are they gone?
That's the last of
Well.
them, I think.
Terrifying.
Faleceu.
Absolutely terrifying.
There can be no doubt.
Terrível mesmo.
Something in the Fae realm does not want you alive.
But why?
That, I don't know.
Let's go. This way.
É. Vamos lá, né? Terminamos a quest. quero saber se eu consegui alguma coisa interessante.
Over here,
não
Alex,
acabou ainda não.
before we leave.
What is it?
Now that part of you has entered the Fey realm, you will be able to draw from it.
I've entered the Fey realm.
Of course you have.
Fey
Some
realm? O
small
que é
part
Fey
of you
realm?
anyway. Now,
Nós chegamos
no
no ponto
more
do reino.
questions.
Reino de quê?
We must do this while it's fresh in your mind. Take up your shield. Quickly.
Okay.
Okay,
What are you doing?
Quiet, Shepherd. Recall those voices you heard.
Lembra as vozes na sua cabeça. Lembra das vozes na sua cabeça.
Yes. I hear them.
Now, gently,
Agora.
ask them for favor.
Press left trigger
Agora
to
usa
trigger
mais-
spell.
Tá, pressione o...
Fine.
Boa.
I didn't need those eyebrows.
It comes so easily to you. I'm envious.
Please, let's go.
L2 é L2, hein, galera? Como assim? Lembrando que pra você lançar magia...
Fire shield burst will
Tá,
burn
você
enemies
ganhou Fire
surrounding
Shield.
you and leave them temporarily vulnerable to follow-up attacks.
Ok, ganhei um Fire Shield. Pode dar dano nos inimigos e
I'll be
inefetivizar as
close
armas
by
deles.
if you plan to follow up on any more leads.
We'll let you know. Monks are
Ok,
certainly
e
loose with
pra
stories.
usá-lo
Where to,
eu
Alex?
vou ouvir um som na batalha. Agora aqui no mosteiro de novo. E aí eu uso o Fire Shield. Ele tem um determinado tempo pra usar na batalha. Como se tivesse uma mana carregando pra batalha. Isso é um pouco, essa mecânica é um pouco ruim, mas eu quero, né?
Here's the monastery. Should we look for Akram?
Press right.
Sorry
Vamos
to keep
falar
you
com
waiting.
Akram.
There was no one around to tell me you were here.
It gave us a chance to rest,
Caraca, mano.
and we took it gladly.
I have found something most interesting. My wife likes to discredit my seeing abilities, but I tell you, the speed at which I found 2 more accounts of nearby temples,
Ok.
I'd give ancient archivists a run for their money. She could wander for years before she'd stumble
Cara, o cara
across
vai
these
me, o cara
locations.
praticamente me expulsa do bagulho.
Push down on the left stick to cycle through interactions of interest. Press left.
I stumbled across the account of this first site by complete
Bora
chance.
nessa primeira, com
It
certeza.
was in an old land registry that was misshelved. Would you believe it's the first misshelved text I found in this library? The monks here, though often drunk, never seem to make these blunders.
Fascinating. Please continue.
According to the registry,
Wow.
there was an old apple orchard in the woods south of the mountain, a
Fascinating,
rarity for this
nice.
climate. The land was confiscated by local lords some 200 years ago for unknown reasons, but a cross-reference of this orchard with accounts of a fabled orchard from earlier texts
Cacete.
depicts it as the location of a fey temple that appears only at night. Considering the
aceitar.
rarity of apples to the region, I figure that the 2 orchards must be one and the same. You'll travel to the orchard?
All right. If you come with us.
Of course. Why not?
Por que não? Bora lá, né? Por que não? Of course.
This is no doubt the place.
Where are the apple trees?
The forest has consumed the orchard, but the trees were
Ah, essa
here.
música não é muito agradável.
See? One here managed to hang on. You can see 2 more that way. They make out the planting line.
How do we find the center?
Do you hear anything, Alex?
Not yet.
Ah, vai ter que
Wait.
encontrar o som?
I can hear it this way.
Não vai ser algo tão difícil.
The sound. It's changing.
Changing.
Como mudou.
It's moving.
Shades.
Ele se
Draw your
moveu.
weapon.
Ô, desgraça.
Stay back! Stop me!
Chega de capeta, mano. Tem que defender aqui até ele. vai defender bem rápido. Nossa, quase eu tomo. Nossa, quase. Morreu.
Are they gone?
Yes, I believe so. I pray so.
Fey Temple will not appear to us.
I don't think it was ever here. I can't help but feel that these shades were lying in wait. We were led here for the purpose of ambush.
Esses bichos não são de Deus não, velho.
Crazy wife.
Crazy how?
Maggie believes that there are elements of the Fey world that scheme against us for their own purpose.
Ah, jura? Ah,
It's
mano.
limited and subtle. A misshelled registry, a foolhardy investigator. They nudge us along a path of their own design.
Sim, mas cara, como que...
Why us?
One of us must be standing in their way.
Ok. Pelo menos a gente
I'll be resting at the
completou uma das
monastery.
missões.
Come find me when you're ready to subject me to more horrors.
The village is just waking up. Where do you want to go?
Ok. Bora fazer a última missão no mosteiro. Cara, dá pra ir no ritmo da música, que legal. Toda hora eu falo isso, mas...
Here's the monastery. Should we look for Akram?
Press right trigger to...
Bora lá, bora fazer a última
Well, where are
missão.
we off to? Should I go over the details?
Push down on the left.
Now, here is a very
Tem essa,
detailed
então bora
account
nessa.
dating back less than 50 years of a temple ruin located in a mountain lake.
In a lake?
Caraca.
The temple would have sat on an island in Lake Eiger. It's more of a pond,
Olha o
really. The
lago.
account describes a submerged ruin at
ilha.
its center.
How would we see
tem
anything of
Templo
interest?
sobre
I have not
energia, é
ventured
isso?
to the lake in years, and I don't recall anything above its surface. However, the water should be clear enough that we may be able to see something from the mountain slope.
We'll search for evidence of the temple.
Bora aceitar, né? Vai fazer o quê, pô? Preciso aceitar pra completar, pra ir pra próxima cidade.
Lake Eiger should be visible just over this ridge. Watch your step, Alex. Would you look at that?
What do you see?
There's a causeway leading to a small collection of stones at the center of the lake. The water level must have dropped.
Ah,
It's like we're being welcomed in.
Even more reason for caution.
vamos lá, até o lago, né? Creio eu que seja isso.
It's difficult to say what this structure was like. You can tell the stone was quarried elsewhere. Would have been some operation to get it up here.
I see an opening. There's a passage down.
Ah,
The
outra
witch
passagem.
won't forgive me if we don't take a look.
I'll go in. I can already hear something.
We're right here with you.
Aqui temos que ir até o som. Coisa fácil.
The water is not deep. You should be fine to continue, Alex.
Estamos na água.
That startled me.
What is it?
A corpse. It's been here.
Olha,
a
um
while.
cadáver.
Nothing but bone and scraps of leather.
There
Ai,
are more over
pesado.
here, in armor.
Could this
Tá
be
bom,
a
cara, deixa eu
crypt?
andar. Para de interromper meu
I
andar.
believe they died here.
Só por causa de uma cutscene.
How?
There's your answer.
Ah, bora.
A guardian. In pieces now.
Ah, mas vou ter que matar outro cara, velho.
Not if Alex can still hear the artifact they were after.
The sound is coming from right here, just below the water.
Go ahead, Alex. I don't believe the guardian
Pega.
will bother us.
Pega logo.
Feels like a necklace.
Colar?
Alex,
It happened again.
what do you feel?
I can feel it in my left hand.
Ah, mano, vai aparecer um bicho, quer ver?
What's that sound?
The water is...
Ah, não disse?
The dead.
It would appear the Fae can bring life to more than just statues.
Começa a correr. Caraca, viado. Boa!
Never again, Alex. That was truly horrifying.
Nunca mais, Alex.
You have proven yourself worthy once again.
Who is she proving herself to? Huh?
Não, que bom que eu usei o
That's the
escudo,
real
mano.
question, isn't it?
Fez o som lá, eu usei. Vocês ouviram tipo um...
You now have the ability to build favor with
Tá,
successful
você...
blocks. Favor
Ok.
is energy that can be used in magic attacks.
Tá bom. Energia, eu não sei se entendo se é favor ou
Well,
feio,
the
feia,
village
de
of
fada.
Crow has never looked so inviting. I'll be locking myself in the library. The witch will want you hunting down leads in town.
We'll do that. And thank you, Akram.
I'd say it was a pleasure if it were not...
Eu tenho dinheiro,
Character
deixa eu ver
travel
uma
map.
coisa.
Magic ability. Coin and sal. You have 420 copper. Character map.
Cacete!
Terrifying. Take care.
220 de dinheiro, eu tô rico, velho.
There's still some daylight
Bora lá
left.
no ferreiro.
Where do you want to head?
Comprar os bagulho. Eu tô com 520 ou 420 de dinheiro.
What you looking for, lass?
Arms and armor.
Olha, uma mulher.
You have nasty business with the clans, do you?
E aí, moça, como
Just
que
a
é
precaution.
martelar no
We're
ferro
heading east.
quente toda hora?
Well, you won't find a better smith this side of the pass. And good local steel from the
Ó, o
mines.
som do fogo, mano, que maneiro.
Push down on the left.
This short...
Para.
If you're looking for something a little heftier, I have this.
Olha.
This shield.
Use
Eu vou
this
comprar esse
item will
escudo.
cost 50 copper.
Ah, deve barato.
There you go, lass.
Push down on the left. Use the left
Eu vou
stick
comprar
to
esse.
cycle. This item will cost 50 copper.
Bora. E é isso que eu vou comprar aqui,
There you
pessoal,
go,
mais
lass.
nada. Vou comprar só isso.
If you're looking for better protection,
I'll be going now.
Uma proteção, mas eu vou...
Thank you.
anytime, lass.
Não quero mais nada aqui. Bora, deixa eu ver se dá pra viajar.
We are here at the village of Crow.
Tá, você está
The
na Vila
Glades border is a 2-day journey once we make the pass.
Vila da Coroa.
We'll have to wait for the weather to clear.
Or convince Maggie to lead us through.
Preciso fazer alguma coisa, né? Bora lá no... Só no mosteiro mais uma vez.
Okay. Okay.
Não dá pra ir
Here's
no
the
mosteiro, tá
monastery.
bom.
There's nothing
Ah,
for
não dá
us
sim, é
here.
que tá virando errado.
Let's go.
Eu não tem nada pra olhar lá, que triste. Bora então cumprir as quests aí da...
The monk gathering. Should we walk through again?
Press right.
Sim.
Push down on the left.
I'll tell you about some...
Ah, there's a fellow.
E aqui a gente tem as quests. Bora nessa mulher primeiro.
We have a hunter staying with us at the monastery. She fled her camp in the southwood, spouting some nonsense about creatures
Ela tá ligada com a
living in
coisa
the
do
night,
monasteiro, parece.
savaging the others. We are a little concerned if there was any killing going on. She may have been part of it.
Has anyone been sent to inspect the camp?
Who would go? We have our brothers and sisters from Bon Arthur to treat, and the villagers are preparing for the snows.
You're not concerned about what happened at the camp?
We are a sanctuary, and we maintain that by staying out of trouble.
See? I'm not the only one who thinks like this.
I can tell you where the camp is if you want to have a look.
Press right.
We should find Maggie.
Bora aceitar.
She'll want to know about the camp.
All right,
Meg.
let's go find her.
O problema dos diálogos é que não dá pra pular, mesmo se você já sabe o que você tem que fazer, então...
I can already smell it.
Bora lá.
Something from the nether. You say the monks thought the hunter was mad? Funny how ignorant learned people can be.
Could they have chosen a darker site to make camp?
I believe the darker side chose them. Whatever you're saying.
I hear something on the other side of the camp.
Another rift. You lead the way, Alex.
Outro. Bora lá. Andando pra frente.
What's that terrible sound?
Nether wolves.
O que é esse som terrível?
Feeding on what?
São
hunters.
Lobos.
Wonderful. We have options.
Nether wolves.
The wolves will take their time consuming flesh, bone and all, and once they've had a meal, they're not likely to let go.
Atacá-los com arco, né?
If we're careful, we may be able to move past them. Or we could try to take them with the bow. Or directly with sword.
Atacar os lobinhos com arco. Bora virar pra onde que eles estão. Isso é bem difícil, já que... Onde que eles estão, velho?
One's coming for us.
Bom, já foi um pro talo. Respeita, rapaz. Cadê? Dele.
Sees us.
Esses bichos são fracos, hein? Mano, preciso de mirar nesses bichinhos, velho. Matei o bicho. Bora andar aqui. Susto, não sei o que é querer.
I'm at the rift. It's calling to me.
To me as well,
Os
child.
lobos vão me ver tudo aqui, vai me
I say
atacar.
we take the smallest of glimpses. Hold my hand. Now reach out.
We are Odedan. What need do we have for these mountain tribes?
Cacete.
The Fae say they are essential to our success. The pass cannot be crossed without their aid.
Why cross the pass at all? What would
Olha,
that give us?
temos primeira revelação sobre os vilões.
What was that?
A connection
Parece
to
que
another
foi-
time and place. Not too far away,
Mas
and only
parece que a gente já
moments
conseguiu
ago.
achar um dos fragmentos de
I
visão
believe
das
it was the
pessoas.
Odedan general and his council. They are consorting with the Fae, emboldened by prophecy or promise somehow.
The Horde intends to take Glades.
Perhaps.
The Odedan are here for plunder. They will always return home in the end.
I fear this general has much higher ambitions than his predecessors. The real question is why the Fae would want him to push so far east. They clearly want conflict. But why?
We should go now.
In a moment. I have business with the princess. Come with me, Alex.
Where are you going?
It will take but a minute.
O que vocês vão fazer?
Keep watch for wolves, Shepherd.
Ok. Ela quer falar apenas comigo.
Over here, Alex. Again, we have to do this quickly, while the effects of the rift linger. I want you to draw your weapon.
Tá, rapidamente.
Okay.
Pega essa arma.
Recall those voices you heard.
Lembra as vozes na sua cabeça.
Yes.
Esse som aí que faz, galera, quando dá pra usar magia.
Call to the voices again.
Press the right trigger to trigger spell.
Flame.
Yes, marvelous. You feel it's warm?
I do.
I think more
Ó,
wolves are
fogo na
coming.
minha espada.
Alex!
Over time, with more encounters with the Fae, your powers will grow, Alex.
This is not natural.
Ó,
It's
L2
necessary, considering what we'll have
Fire
to
Shield
face.
e R2 Flame. Fogo na espada.
Flaming weapon spell will increase the likelihood of a critical hit.
Aumenta o dano crítico.
The princess
mas
is
tutorial.
close, my general.
Ah, não é tutorial, é
The
outro
Fae
feedback.
have shown me this.
Flashback
What do
não.
we care?
The Fae show us only
Mais um
things
fragmento.
of consequence.
If they fear the girl, then they are
Planejamento
weak.
de
The
conspiração
Fae can see
contra a
more than we
princesa.
can. We should not
Parece que essa
dismiss
mulher que tá
their
ajudando a
wisdom.
gente tá
Then we'll
correndo
send
com os
scouts
caras.
to find them. I would not waste any more time looking for a child. We
Nós
need
estamos vendo
to
visões do
prepare for
passado
war.
ou do futuro.
Alex, wake up. You're okay.
You Odedan. They know we're here.
A bad dream, Alex.
No, I saw it
sonho ruim.
clearly
Não,
in my
não,
mind.
não é
They're going to
sonho.
come for us. They can see
Isso é
us.
tudo menos
We need to tell
sonho.
Maggie. We need to prepare.
Alex, what if your connection with the Fey realm is only drawing trouble to us? Where would you ever be safe?
That's why I have the fire magic.
That scares me almost as much.
Well, I like it. It makes me feel strong.
You had strength without the fire.
The magic is something that didn't come from my brother or my uncle. It's mine.
Caraca,
I'm going to ask that Maggie take us through the pass when we get back to the village. Or we'll go on our own. Are you with me in that?
Yes. We need to get home.
Realmente eu também preciso voltar para casa.
You're right, Alex. It's time to head east.
The pass won't be
Agora a gente
easy.
já pode viajar.
The Odedan are still there and the weather is still not good.
But I believe the closer you get to the capital, the more the Fae will reveal. Akram and I will work out the best way to proceed.
Thank you, Maggie.
Do what you need to prepare. We'll leave when you're ready.
That's settled. If there's anything else you want to take care of before we head east, we should do it now.
When you are ready to travel.
We are here at the
Bora
village.
viajar logo.
The Glades border is a 2-day journey once we make the pass.
Completamos as quests, conseguimos todas as magias. Bora viajar aí, bora pra onde que a gente vai.
It's been years since I've ventured east of the pass. Akram found maps for us.
They're old, but the monks say they're reliable.
You're coming with us,
Obrigado,
Akram.
cara.
Not willfully, I can assure you. But I'm beginning to
Character menu. Push down.
understand the importance of getting you east. I'll help in any way I can.
Well, tell them what you know then.
We have a couple options. The main road would be very dangerous, but we could
Tá,
move
e aí a
through the
gente vai
forest
ter
alongside the road and hope we're not spotted.
escolhas pra fazer
Or
por onde
there's
a
a
gente
ridge
vai. A
pass
gente
through
vai pela
Mara
estrada
territory. It's exposed, but we're not likely to
ou por
run into
outro local.
Odedan.
Let the princess decide. What will it be, girl?
Push down on the...
Along the main road.
Press right trigger.
The ridge
Pela
past
estrada?
them.
Press right...
We'll brave the ridge.
Tá, vamos por essa segunda aqui. Pela primeira disse que vai ter inimigos e eu não quero demorar tanto.
Never thought I'd appreciate these mangy pelts that merchant gave us.
I'm not sure I
Por
can
que
stand
eu
much
vim
more of this.
por aqui mesmo?
There should be a place to shelter just around this outcrop ahead.
I smell smoke. Campfire.
Someone must already be there.
Oh, the clansmen again.
Putz.
And they're coming this way.
Use your fire. It may scare them off. This is as good a time as any to put your new powers to use, Princess. Remember, you need to build favor with the Fey realm before you can bring the fire.
Successful
bom, já
strikes
sei.
and blocks build favor with the Fey realm. Once favor is gained, use right trigger to ignite flaming weapon, or left trigger to release a fire shield burst.
Well done, Alex. You're taking
Ganhei o
your
cara
first
com
castle.
Looks a lot more like a shallow
fire
cave.
ship.
It will be our castle tonight.
Do you think it's safe to stay here?
I don't
Por
think
que eu
we
vim
have
por
a
aqui
choice.
mesmo, cara? Meu Deus, não era pra ter escolhido isso.
You have gained 75
Tá, você
copper
ganhou.
in coin and salvage. Carry
79
equipment,
copper.
magic coin. You have 320 copper.
Ah, ainda tô
Cash.
com um bom dinheiro. 220.
Sounds like the storm's letting up.
It has to, if we want to get off this mountain.
Not sure how much farther Maggie and I will be able to travel.
As far as we have to, Akram.
I think it's time, Maggie. Are you going to tell them, or do I have to?
Tell us what?
Akram is talking about the time you and I first met.
In Rivertown? What about it?
I first met you, Princess Alexandra, on a golden autumn day 19 years ago. I believe I was the first ever to set eyes upon you. You were strong and healthy and perfect.
You were at my birth.
I was the court physician and midwife. I delivered you and your brother and many others in the court.
Why wouldn't you tell me this?
This story holds great significance, and I wasn't sure when or even if I should tell it to you. I've known your family a long time. I grew up with the Queen.
You knew my mother?
You flatter her, child. She grew up with your grandmother.
My grandmother?
An intense woman, born to lead, born to conquer. She was the queen who took the borderlands from the tribal leaders, who built the castles, who brought the barbarians to heel. She left your father with a massive empire, a massive burden, and this burden he has passed along to you.
You mean my brother?
Interessante, velho.
Yes, Theo. I saw him too, briefly. I understand you don't look terribly alike.
No, I'm told that. He looks like a king, they say.
Even though he is not. You, Alex, are the firstborn child of King Leon and rightful heir to the throne of Glades.
Essa música é muito top, hein?
What?
It's true, girl.
This is a fact known only to me. Your
É, e a
grandmother,
verdade, uma das verdades foi bem revelada na
and
frente
your
dela.
uncle. The secret was even kept from your mother, who was too ill at the time to realize.
Why would my uncle not tell me this?
Your father would soon inherit a realm too vast to
Será?
hold on to. He lacked the imagination to see how a blind princess could become a great ruler. It was in consultation with your uncle that they decided to declare Theo firstborn.
Rapaz.
I foolishly protested this decision to the Queen, your grandmother, and it cost me my eyes. I found my way out of the castle before she could take my tongue as well.
Maggie.
You wanted her to know the truth, and there it is.
Uncle.
Why would you tell her this? What is she meant to do? Fight her brother for the throne?
No, but it's her right to know.
Theo can keep the throne. I certainly don't want it.
The reason we've decided to tell you is because it might explain the interest the Fae have taken in you. Forces are competing over your success or failure. May have something to do with your birthright.
I need to think. Not talk.
Then stay by the fire. Rest.
Você precisa pensar
We'll
mesmo.
keep watch.
Fogo, hein, pessoal? E aí, mais flashback.
Close. She must not make the bridge. Go now. Where exactly? Follow the wolves. They will lead you to her. Yes, mistress.
Warriors, with me!
E aí, mais uma visão dela.
The bridge.
Alex?
Is there a bridge ahead of us?
A bridge, yes. At a mining town about a mile away.
The Odebna coming.
Another vision, Alex.
Yes. There are hundreds of them. They intend to cut us off from the bridge.
Can we trust the visions?
We have to. Leave the map, Akram. We have to move now.
There it is. The bridge just ahead. It's still clear. Archers on the
Só
hill.
vamos.
Take up your shield, Alex. I'll guide you forward.
Ah, mano, arqueiros não. Meu Deus!
Wolves are on us. Cut them down, Alex.
Ai, carai! Boa.
Hurry, Maggie.
Go. They'll hold them.
How?
Never mind that. Go. Warn your brother about Faye, Alex.
Vai, vai, vai.
Shepherd, if we don't take care of her.
Anda, vai, vai. Para de enrolar. Pega minha mão.
What's happening?
The witch is casting a spell. She's bringing the mountain down to block the path. We're almost across.
Eita, desgraça.
Maggie.
It's taking the bridge.
Shepherd?
Over here. I'm all right.
Maggie! Akram!
We have to keep going.
We can't leave them.
Maggie knew what she was doing. We can't squander the head start she has bought
Aí o
us.
maluco ficou irritado.
Please, Alex. Please.
Yes. Yes, we'll go.
Pois é, os caras... Não é que eles se sacrificaram, mas é que... Ficaram pra trás pra eles continuarem, né?
Where are we headed, Shepherd?
Without Akram's maps, I cannot be sure.
Is there any chance they could have survived?
I've become convinced anything is possible. Looks like there's a town ahead.
Greeley is the only sizable town on the Glades border. I've heard it's lawless, not terribly friendly to the Crown. Our caravan gave it a wide berth on the way to the borderlands.
We won't be able to keep ahead of the horde much longer. We'll have to shelter there.
And we enter Greeley as two seasoned travelers who aren't to be trifled with.
If you
Tá
say
chovendo,
so.
os caras estão viajando. E aí, com certeza, a gente chegou numa cidade nova.
fresh bread. This town can't be all that bad.
It doesn't look quite so inviting.
I hear a smith. Some sort of market. And a tavern.
Most importantly, there is a palisade that might keep out.
Chegamos em uma cidade nova, pessoal. Eu vou salvar aqui, beleza?
See if we can find out where the Odedden are and the best route to Nobel.
Só esperar terminar esse diálogo. Beleza, pessoal, estamos aqui na próxima cidade,
Character menu. Push
Estamos
down
aqui na
on the
próxima
left
cidade
travel.
e
Resume game. Press the right trigger to select an option. Use the left stick to cycle through options.
Ok, já sei. E aqui, pessoal, vai ser onde a gente vai parar, porque no próximo episódio nós teremos que fazer algumas quests grandes aqui. E como eu já tô com um equipamento novo, tá tudo tranquilo, beleza? Eu espero que vocês tenham gostado. Sério, galera, as lutas que tivemos aqui hoje foi intenso o bagulho. Mas eu espero que você tenha gostado. Deixa seu like, se inscreve no canal, entra no nosso grupo aí do Telegram, do Discord também. E é isso, galera. Tamo junto. Até o próximo vídeo.